Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm finally live. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. That was frustrating. How's everyone doing? So, I am so sorry about the delay. I am so sorry. I promise it was not what I was intending. Um, Basically, I did some tests, everything looked fine. Got OBS working, and it just like killed itself about a second into trying to stream the first time around. So unfortunately, I might have been a little late. Might have been a little late. Hope everyone's doing great today. Let me make sure on my end that I can see on the YouTube app that I am streaming. Oh, backrooms. Can I see myself? Can I hear myself? Hello? Yes. Awesome. Oh my goodness. I was so worried. Oh man. That was a few extra steps. That was a bit more than I was thinking it would be. All right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Oh my goodness. I was so worried. Let me see if I can really fast modify this live because I don't think any of my tags are going through. The game I'm playing is going through, so that's great though. That's great. Everyone's having a great start to their evening. Go ahead, and while I'm here, I'll turn on my GameCube as well. Make sure everything looks okay. You might hear me for a second or two because I got my phone near my mic, just making sure everything's okay. That was crazy though. YouTube, oh my god. I honestly thought for like 10 minutes there that I wouldn't be able to stream at all on YouTube. It was so weird signing up for live streams and shit too. Um, it was nuts. Oh my god, it was nuts. um, Bear with me, everybody. Just give me one little second here. One ECT little second. An ECT one. It did not. I'm did not use. Oh, it did use my. That's weird. It did not remember my description. It did remember all of my tags. So that's good. That's good. Bear with me just one moment, everybody. I mean, next time I stream to YouTube, I'll know. That's the good thing. Should be fine now. Let's check. Make sure everything's okay. Yes. Excellent. All right, I see everything now. We are good to go. Fantastic. Let me make sure my blue sky link is working. Apologies, everybody. It's just I not expecting this to work. I was expecting this to take an extra minute or two. Awesome. Okay, so debrief. I have been doing this particular hunt now for a very, very long time. I phased on Shining Zigzagoon. I don't want another one. I kind of didn't want one in the first place. So we're just going to have to live it and see what happens. So, really excited to get started on this. Hopefully, no more issues with YouTube this evening. I'm sincerely hoping I don't have to do anything like that again. That was a pain. Yeah, let's go ahead and get everything started. Now, gameplay is going to look a little bit ugly for just a minute here. I was kind of worrying a little bit too much about getting everything set up that I did not sufficiently set up my GameCube. There we go. Should be done now. Excellent. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Make sure chat's working. Well, there we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, everything's working. Great. Wonderful. So yeah, as you can tell, I have done a lot of these encounters. As an apology for being about 30 minutes late, I will go until 10:30. We'll keep this rolling until 10:30 now. How's that? Let me go ahead and also turn on my white flute. Oh. Shiny counter, why are you not working right? There we go. 45 is the right number. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's use my white flute. Hit up encounter just a little bit. I don't have a bike in this save file though, so kind of is what it is with my encounters. Good news is YouTube should auto-catalog this live, so... Feeling good, feeling good. The big one I want, the #1 Pokemon I want here is Wurmple. Being said, if I don't have a shiny Wurmple by the end of this, I would not fuss about a shiny Shroomish or Slack Off or any of the Wurmple evolutions. Any of those would be fine. Oh, I should probably show my shiny Zigzagoon. So this is not the dunce thing on the thumbnail. I cherish this Zigzagoon with all of my heart. It's pickup and everything. Not a bad Zigzagoon at all. I got this a while ago, but it was not really what I was intending to get in this area. I am going to be like slow as fuck to put in the counter. Let's see. Nope. How about now? I have a bad feeling I'm going to get another shiny Zigzagoon. Because I feel like it's weird. When I tried this with my Sapphire save file, I feel like I've found a lot of Wurmples, but in this one, it's almost always Zigzagoon. Kind of nuts. I've seen way too many Zigzagoon. Let's see. Red Wurmple is fine, but I want to be a Poimple Wimple. This Ruby save file has been like, it's been in Petalburg Woods Purgatory now for like a year. It's insane. This was gonna be like my all shiny playthrough too. But I just keep not doing it well. Yeah, I hope I don't get one. I don't know if you saw my description, but if I get another shiny Zigzagoon, I'm throwing myself into the sea. That would not be ideal. I do not want to throw myself into the sea, but if I'm, that just so happens to be what I have to do, then I have to do it. The Volbeat helps everything, though. Because I have a white flute right now, so that drives up encounters. I have my Volbeat with Illuminate, so theoretically, minus no bike, I'm getting just about as many encounters as I could possibly get. It's moments like these that make me wish, or not really wish, but miss horde hunting. I made some great progress on my video today, luckily, too, and I'll probably make some even bigger progress tonight. Once I'm done streaming for like 30 minutes, I'm just gonna go at it again. I'm at like a really nice little transition point. I'll almost certainly have it out on Friday. A nice Silcoon. I wouldn't be mad at Silcoon. I prefer Wurmple because there's kind of like a gambling effect there. I kind of like that until when I get a shiny Wurmple, it's like Schrodinger's shiny, right? I don't know what I'm gonna end up with, and I like that. That being said, Silcoon and Cascoon I would not complain about, especially Cascoon. Cascoon's a really nice shiny. You like the stream layout? Thank you. I brought back that overlay I made, that orange, like, kind of TV-ish overlay. Figured for Gen 3 stuff it would be nice. I'll probably keep using it. You love gambling? Me too. If this game had a game corner hunt, oh my god, man. I wouldn't even be bothering with Petalburg Woods here. I'd just be in the fucking game corner all day. It's fun. I like the game corner. I've done 2 Fire Red Leaf Green game corner hunts. Technically 3, but I had to give up on 1. But I like game corner shiny hunts. And I like playing in the game corner in my free time. I know you've heard of Safari Week, but have you heard of Gambling Weekends? I don't know, I've been thinking of like fun little challenge things to do in June. Like just like a nice little shiny hunt I can do with friends. Gambling Weekend is up there. I want to do fishing stuff in X and Y too, because I like chain fishing and ORAS, but you know, naturally, I don't have a great way of recording gameplay from that consistently. I know you showed me your stream settings for it, Kurt, but it doesn't work for me. Ever like RC didn't have game player mods? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You get the Poké Dolls, but it's not the same. I always thought that made this a weaker game corner. The actual games are really fun. I like the roulette wheel. Be down for group gambling. Yeah. What I would probably do is, because I'm leaving in about like a week and a half. What I'd probably do is around June whatever weekends near or after June the 16th. I would probably try and get people together, get a bunch of people on stream, and do some shiny hunting. I want it to be something like easy though, easy for people to report their findings on. So I'm not sure. If like everyone has Switch 2, that could be through game chat or something, but otherwise it is just kind of what it is. Everyone's still Silver 7 kind of shine that game. Yeah, that's this Safari Week. I think I'm probably gonna go more into Heart Gold, Soul Silver than I was initially anticipating. My biggest things right now to do, my biggest goals is I want to get 1 shiny and emerald, please. I've been playing this game for 20. Okay. I've been playing this game for 20 years, and I have not gotten a single shiny, and specifically my copy of Pokemon Emerald. I really want one in that game. So that's going to be like my numero uno objective. My numero dos objective is I want to get a Gen 4 Safari Zone. Probably Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I'm near the end of the game in Heart Gold, so I really, really want to try and set up one or my Safari in Heart Gold, Soul Silver for an exotic Pokemon. I don't know what yet, but something. You've gotten two? You've gotten two in Emerald? Yeah. I have never gotten one, ever. It's nuts. I've played that game enough. I've attempted shiny hunts. The Petalburg's Woods hunt, not Petalburg's, Petalburg Woods hunt I'm doing now started in Emerald about 2 years ago. I probably got through about 7,000 encounters before I just gave up. Retried it with my Ruby copy, so here I am. The 13,000 does not reflect my attempts in Emerald, by the way. It does include my phase Zigzagoon, though. What two have you gotten in Emerald, Curb? Nothing in Fire Red Leaf Green? Ever? I've gotten a lot in Fire Red Leaf Green. Not the Charmander I've been hunting on Twitch, but I have gotten Abra, Clefairy, Nidorina. At some point, I think I may have gotten a random shiny, but I don't really recall. If I did, it was a long-ass time ago, and it was like a Geodude or something. Wurmple and Electrike. Those are some goated shinies. Those are some great Gen 3 Mon shinies, too. I like shiny Wurmple a lot. That's probably one of my favorite shinies. I like the purple. I don't like purple shinies as a genre necessarily. I like a lot of purple shinies though. Heracross is another big favorite shiny of mine. I don't know if you can... Is there a way to encounter Heracross in the Heart Gold, Soul Silver Safari Zone? I don't believe so. It's just a national park. And it can be swarms, I think, too. But my Emerald Dream shinies are... I want to get, like, a Smeargle from the Battle Frontier. I want to get Rayquaza. Come on. Who wouldn't want to get a shiny Emerald Rayquaza? And if I got a Safari Zone shiny, that would be pretty awesome, too. The Ruby Sapphire Emerald Safari Zone is really nice. It has a very eclectic variety that I quite appreciate. But my big one there would be Girafarig. I love Girafarig. You can find Shuckle in that Safari Zone too. I would not be mad about the shiny Shuckle. I would not be mad. Are you two shiny hunting this evening as well? By the way, not to make it competitive, but there's like a top fans mode in YouTube Live or something. And for whatever reason, it's decided that Nico is my #1 top fan, but Angel, you're actually my #2 top fan. On your break at work, you'll be leaving? No worries, no worries. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for tuning in. I will be here until 10:30. You get XP from watching. Very gamer, very gamer. I need to, once I'm finished with this stream, what I'm going to do is just sit down and just go through all of the weird YouTube OBS stuff, because Looking ZA, crocheting slowpoke tails. That's nice. Before this, I was 20 minutes late because OBS and YouTube did not want to get along. YouTube kept giving me errors. OBS kept telling me to sign in. So I just signed out of like everything, like even tangential to OBS, Streamlabs, YouTube. Signed back in, changed my passwords, and somehow that worked. Took me a while to figure that one out, and I also had to reconnect my account to everything, but it finally worked, and I'm happy. I'm excited to potentially get my first like live shiny. Especially live shiny reaction would be nice. I've never recorded. I've never like been recording while I got shiny before. I don't know if it'll be in this game or Fire Red, but something's got to give. Oh yeah, Fire Red I'll be playing tomorrow on Twitch. Same bat time, same bat place. See. I actually had this stream scheduled, and I think it was supposed to just kind of merge into it. I don't know if it actually did, though. I found like a really nice little divider thing for my socials and stuff in the description too. I have to edit the video after the fact and put those in though. Low key, I wouldn't be mad about a shiny Halo either, but I don't super duper want a shiny Slack Off. I just used a Slack Off in my Emerald copy. My last Emerald playthrough, I should say. So I'm not really fiending to use another one. And I don't really want a shiny that's just kind of box rot until I trade it over and get it for like Battle Frontier or something. So if you shiny hunted something in ZA, what do you think you'd shiny hunt? What would you go for? You'd want Shroomish? Yeah, Shroomish would be my second preferred option. It would go well with the... In color, it'd go well with the Bladeskin and the Cradley I'm eventually going to get. The big reason why it's not number one is just because I have a Torchic here. I don't really need the fighting overlap. That being said, I wouldn't be mad about it. In fact, I'd probably be significantly happier than a lot of other options here. Once I'm done with my Fire Red copy, I might, or my hunt in Fire Red for Charmander, I might honestly do a stream or two. In Eterna Forest and BDSP just because I want to get that hunt over with. I don't like that game much. Probably should shine hunt in ZA second progress and story. Yeah, you should. Find something nice. Have you... Where are you in the ZA story right now? Where are you? Because depending on where you are, you could do the Pumpkaboo. You ever and go home. I've gotten so many Go shinies this year so far. It's ridiculous. I go on a walk and I just get a shiny. I'm not mad about it. It's just Out of all games, why Go? I don't really play that game the most. I play the console games probably significantly more in a week than I play Go. Just beat Jason. Okay. Pretty good part then. And you can always... There's a part in the game where you can do a pumpkaboo hunt. You can always progress a little bit more, get to that point. But if you're looking for my recommendation, you're on Switch 1, so I think it's not as good for shiny hunting as the Switch 2, but that one sewery area... Oh no, there's like a little chokehold travel point that's between two the wild zones. You could probably get a shiny there. Some decent options. The only concern would be one of the options is Bellsprout. I know people who got way too many shiny Bellsprout from ZA. Ooh, or you could do that ghost place, you know, the graveyard. The little, like, the second wild zone, I think it is, with the water types, is not that bad either, but honestly, I'd recommend the graveyard going for Honage or Spinarak. Some good Pokemon. It's been so long since I checked CA though. I have a bunch of Bellsprout for my Dratini hunt. Yeah, well, never mind then. You don't need another Bellsprout. Yeah, in that case, maybe go for the graveyard or the water area. Bellsprout's not there either. I knew someone who shiny hunted Drampa in ZA. That must have been such a miserable experience. Oh my goodness. It's been a while since I touched ZA though. I don't love the shiny hunting in it. I don't love the DLC. I kind of wish there was a better way to get hyperspace Lumiose wormholes with better options, because I keep kind of getting stuck with kind of crappy ones as shiny hunting options. Like I was shiny hunting, I think, well, I was going for Char Cadet and a fire one. Houndour and Numel were there. I don't really want a shiny Numel because I already got one from that one area. And then I just got another one. I was like, man. Numel has a nice shiny. I like Camera Up shiny especially. Plus it Mega Evolves, so better than nothing. Yeah. I mean, well, you can basically just leave your Switch on all day, just come back. I mean, in theory, as long as it doesn't turn itself off or go into sleep mode, if the game keeps running on the screen, you could just kind of theoretically leave it on. It'll refresh every day that cycle. Shinies will save. Oh no, I'm just not about that life. I like slightly more involved shiny hunts. Let me see if I get my second shiny from this area tonight. And it's not Zigzagoon, I'm going to be very happy. If it's Zigzagoon again, I am going to crash out. You're going to see a man break down live this evening if I get another shiny Zigzagoon. Okay, do you want to see sort of why I'm getting impatient? Okay, I'm going to save. Keep in mind, the only other shiny hunt I've done in this game up to this point was for my shiny Torchic. And and after that point, I went right to Petalburg Woods about a year ago. I didn't save for many of it. When I first started out, I didn't really want to rack up hours on this file. But I changed my mind on that probably November. So all in all, I probably put about 150 hours into this hunt. I'd say is a good estimate. This is what it is. Cascoon has a freaking lovely shiny. If it's Cascoon, I will be pumped. I will be pumped. I think another idea I had to do this summer was see if I can catch like every Pikachu. And by that I specifically mean in a Game Freak produced main series game, I'd be interested in catching every Pikachu. Because like think about it, there's so many different ways and different areas of getting Pikachu throughout the series. It'd be really interesting. I would naturally also include the Pokewalker ones. Those ones are tough. I did like a test of it the other day though, and I got the steps and I was able to get, I think, a flying Pikachu on the Pokewalker, which was nice. All shiny lock though, so you know I'm realistic with my expectations. I seriously don't think I'm gonna get a shiny or anything. I had like a really dark mole that suddenly showed up on my finger and then just like disappeared. Kind of nuts. Oh yeah, I should talk about this. Last night at 10:15 p.m., I saw the Backrooms movie to a nearly entirely filled theater, which was unfortunate for me because of all the places that a very loud millennial couple and their 6-year-old daughter, 10:15 p.m., rated R movie, by the way. Of all the places in the theater they could sit, they choose sitting right in front of me, and they talk the entire time, except when things got really scary. And at first, like their daughter was like really little, right? She kept talking, and then this one scene happened, and I just suddenly hear nothing the rest of the movie. I was like, oh my god, she is not sleeping tonight. Why would you take your kids to a rated R horror movie? I don't know why. When you know, big spoiler, they go to the back rooms. When somebody first arrives to the back rooms, I heard her go, back rooms. I was like, I have a bad feeling about this. Really great movie. Scary as fuck, but really great. I enjoyed it. I'm not usually a horror movie guy either, but how the employees let that happen. Employees, I think someone narked out these people to the employees, and the employees went in there, but by the time they got there, it was halfway through the movie and it started. It was well in progress. So they just kind of like went in there, went about halfway through the theater, didn't see these people, and left. But yeah, no, I'd be absolutely terrified. It's really not a movie for kids. This is not the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Like, I can argue that that's not a kid's movie, but it's a horror movie that a kid can watch and probably be fine with. It's really not... There's a few gory moments, but there's nothing excessively terrifying. Backrooms is very, very scary. Is a very well-made movie. Is a very well-made horror movie. It is nothing what I expected it to be, which is great. There was like something that happened, and I was like, all right, clearly the movie's setting up for like a twist to happen, and this is gonna be the twist. And then the complete opposite of what I thought would happen, and I was like, oh no, this isn't what I wanted. Great movie though. I would give it like an 8.8 out of 10. They kind of set up a sequel to happen. And I don't like franchises, but I'd be interested to see where the sequel goes, because I feel like beyond the narrative in the movie as a concept, there's a lot to be explored here. And I feel like this movie only really scrapes the tip of the iceberg. Okay, Zigzagoon. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like, schizoing out, but I feel like I've seen a shit ton of Zigzagoon. I feel like I mostly encountered Zigzagoon. I've been getting some Wurmple this time around. I've had sessions before where I only see Wurmple. Or I only see Zigzagoon. Which is crazy. Shroomish. I have to be careful to say in like this patch of grass and anything south of here, because I haven't done the Team Aqua battle yet. Or, sorry, Team Magma battle yet. Let's see. Oh, I should register that on the counter. Silcoon. Silly. If I get a Silcoon, I'll name it Backrooms the Silcoon in honor of Backrooms. But yeah, if you have not yet seen Backrooms, if you're watching this video 5 months from now and haven't seen Backrooms, if you're watching this video 5 years from now and haven't seen Backrooms, if you're watching this video 20 years from now and you haven't seen Backrooms, go watch Backrooms. Please. It's very good. But the theater experience is unique and worth it for this film in particular, and the air and atmosphere it creates. I feel last year nothing really came out that grabbed my attention besides maybe the Avatar movie. This time around though, I feel like this year has been pretty. There have been interesting movies to me. Backrooms is my number one. I need to go to theaters and see the new Star Wars movie too. It's been pretty good for movies. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, there's a really nice theater near me. Honestly, if I get the shiny early, which I will not, I might treat myself by going to the Star Wars movie. We'll just have to see. I've heard very middling things about The Mandalorian Grogu. Honestly, my big thing with it is the name of the Mandalorian movie is so fucking stupid. Like... Did they even take this to committee? Like, did they test with titles? Because who's like, oh yeah, Grogu. Putting the Glup Shido in the name of the movie is not a great call. And alienates a lot of the normies. But it's nice that Star Wars is back in theaters. Their marketing's been weird though. Like, I feel like anytime I see a Mandalorian commercial, I don't think I've seen any on YouTube. It's always been on TV. Which is crazy. I've seen shorts that like leak the movie though. You can practically watch the entirety of the Mandalorian movie right now on YouTube Shorts. Kind of crazy. I've probably seen about a tenth of the movie through YouTube Shorts, but I'm not really digging into it. It's just that's just what gets recommended to me. I've not seen it in chronological order either, so I haven't been able to put all the pieces together. I put the pieces together. What, the purple guy? Yeah, it should be a good night. I like shiny hunting. I like Pokemon Ruby. I like the room I'm in. Everything is all good. I readjusted the display for my GameCube as well, so you see a bit more screen than you did before. And also, I think there's like a cool little visual effect with the screen I made going on right now that I quite like. Or my overlay, as I call it. There's nothing like playing a GameCube on a CRT, though. Even a game like this translates really well to the CRT. I play on a CRT. I have a CRT in my room, but the only thing I have to extract GameCube footage is HDMI adapter. It records the footage in 1920 by 1080. Ugh. I'm getting notifications in Pokemon Go for some reason. Yeah, a few days from now, I'll be heading to the beach. While I'm there, I'm gonna end up finishing out and starting up. Well, probably not starting up. We'll probably get to that after the Sandwich Night video is done editing. But I need to. I'm gonna finish up my Pokemon Sapphire video there. Excited for that to come out. I've had a great experience with Pokemon Sapphire as well. The whole gimmick of the video would be like replaying Pokemon Sapphire after 20 years or something, and I think there are some very nice moments, and I enjoyed my time with Pokemon Sapphire significantly. I'm not gonna do anything like does it still hold up or anything like that, because you know I want to be disingenuous. I've always considered the games, Gen 3 games, to hold up well in the modern era, and I don't. This has not changed my mind at all. Plus, once I finally finish that save file, I get to shiny hunt in it. I could technically shiny hunt in it now, but I don't feel like it. I have too many things to do. Bum 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 bum. Wimple. Without the White Bloom, without Volbeat, I'll be so honest, encounters usually go by so slow. I think I was playing with one of my friends one night, and he noticed like just how terribly slow. Like I'd be running from there to there to there, and then I'd get an encounter. No clue why. I always remember random encounters in these games being pretty frequent, so I've no clue why I had such an unlucky streak for such a long time. But I'm in a good place now. The White Flute helps a lot. And the Volbeat's just like a random one I caught, I think, in my Emerald copy. It's doing its job. It's doing its job. Maybe this is it. Every time I see a Zigzagoon, my heart sinks a little bit. Kind of crazy. I think Emerald completely got rid of Zigzagoon from Petalburg Woods, if not just really lowered its encounter rate. Which is the ideal ending. I don't have a problem with Zigzagoon, but if I get another shiny one, I will become distraught. I will go to war with Troy, you know? Let's see. I love me some Cascoon. Cascoon's very nice. I like Cascoon a lot. Has some nice colors. I like that's like purple and red. I like Dustox's colors as well. I feel like a lot of the Gen 3 Pokemon have a really nice use of slightly desaturated, warm colors. Very cozy, very nice. What other movies do I need to see right now? Oh, I want to see the new Scary movie. Every time I see a trailer, it looks interesting. There's a Backrooms themed trailer for it before the Backrooms started airing for us. Silcoon, no thank you. Tail has a nice shiny too. I like the nice bluish green, light bluish green it has on it. A very oceanic color, for lack of a better phrase. I was in a good area for it. Home caves have some decent options as well. Though it depends on what cave you go to. If I went to Granite Cave, got a shiny Abra, and that thing fucking teleported, I would end it all. That would be it for me. Nothing there. I might move to a different patch of grass to make this stream a bit more visually interesting. I'll give it one more encounter here and then we're moving to a different patch of grass for a while. Okay, we're gonna do this one. That's fine. Apologies for the yawning. I didn't sleep super well last night. My allergies been acting up. I'm weak. I'm weak to my allergies. They had like an allergy study on me and they got back to me and like, hey, did you know you're severely allergic to dust mites? I'm like, bro, what? Dust mites? I have a mild allergy to ragweed, which is not great, which isn't great, especially when I lived in Florida. They had some ragweed issues. They said I have a severe enough allergy to dust mites that a good option would be going into the office and getting like shots, like starting at like twice a week, I think, or something. I was like, no offense to my ENT, you know, I love the guy, but he's about 25 minutes away from me, and I'll be moving shortly, and this summer I'll be hopping around a little bit, so I don't know if 2 shots a week really works on my schedule. Alrighty. Petalburg Woods is a nice little neck of woods, you can say. I like it. It's one of my favorite things of woods. Sandstone Forest is nice too, but at the end of the day, it's basically just Viridian Forest, but a little bit different. Petalburg Woods has its own little thing going on. I have mixed feelings about Ilex Forest. I kind of don't like how the encounters work there. But it has a great variety there, don't get me wrong. If I get a shiny Wurmple or Wurmple evolution, crossing my fingers that it's Cascoon and Dustox. I wouldn't be upset about Silcoon and Beautifly, those are great Pokemon as well, but Dustox is one of my favorites. This time I brought myself a thing of water, because last time I streamed, I got dehydrated. Usually during my streams, I really don't take much of a break, though. Nothing yet. Yeah. I was supposed to get a few books delivered to my house today. I wonder if those got delivered. I like reading Star Wars books, so I got a few. I read Heir to the Empire recently, and just got sequel delivered. I already had Dark Force Rising, but the issue with it is I did not see that the first 50 pages of it were actually gone when I ordered it. I did not properly check the product. That is completely on me. So I opted for another one. Go ahead. Let me check and see. Crap. It has in fact not arrived. Its sequel arrived though, so now I have the 3rd book in that trilogy. Just not the 2nd, so you know, I guess I'll have to wait a little while longer. I'm reading the Bounty Hunter Wars books though. I'm on the Mandalorian Armor. It's nice. Nice little book. Interesting tie-in to Shadow of the Empire. I thought the Shadow of the Empire book was okay. I really didn't think it was all that. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Kind of just a little bit something in between. Low-key, all I remember from it is that they go to Shizor's place, and Shizor tries to seduce Leia with his pheromones. Luke saves the day. Subterfuge. All that. No Han Solo. It's Lando. Which is your favorite flavor of sour gummy worms? I like the red blue ones the most. Yep. That's my favorite as well. I like the red blue ones. I don't hate the green yellow ones. I know a lot of people don't like them. To me, all gummy worms kind of taste the same, except the blue and red ones feel a little bit sweeter. That's like blue raspberry and I think cherry or strawberry, right? I like those. I've been in a sweets mood surprisingly recently. I wanted to get some lunch from a place, and they were closed. If you watched my last Twitch stream, the place I was gonna go grab my dinner for my Wednesday stream, which was shut down because they had no power. I went back there, and they're closed on Sunday as well. Or sorry, Saturday, and so I went to Subway and I got a cookie there, and that oatmeal raisin cookie hit. That shit hit. It was good. Oh, here's a tough one. What's your favorite color / flavor of gummy bear? Gummy bear. For me, I like the clear pineapple flavored ones. Those are my favorite. The green ones are, I think, strawberry, and those are my second favorite. I do not eat the yellow gummy bears unless my hand is forced. No offense towards the yellow gummy bear fans out there, but I just don't like them much. The red or green ones, yeah, I think that's cherry and strawberry. Good flavors. Sometimes I wish they had some slightly more exciting gummy bear flavors, and then I'll try any other Haribo product that's not the gummy bears or the Coca-Cola things, and it just kind of doesn't taste great. And I understand why they keep it simple with the gummy bears. When I was in Orlando, one of my favorite treats was the sugar-free gummy bears they had at Disney. They're really nice. They're soft. I don't like hard gummies that really get into your teeth. I like soft gummies. Haribo gummy bears are on the harder side, but I'll still eat them. They're not bad. I've had gummies that were so incredibly hard that I had to gnaw them with my teeth to even break it up and eat it. It's nuts. I was in Georgia and I wanted a little bit of a snack, so naturally went to a little candy shop. Me being very wise and 12 years, no, I'd say I was probably 13 years old. I saw a giant gummy snake that it advertised itself as being a 1.5 foot long gummy snake. And I was like, I'll have that for the road. Bad idea. That thing was hard as a rock. If I wanted to chew through it, I need a fork and knife and just take out sections. That thing was... Chewing on that was like chewing on a brick. Oh my goodness. I feel like I used to see a lot of novelty gummy products, and I feel like I don't really see that anymore. It could be that I'm not seeing it because I'm 25 years old and not a child anymore, but it also could be maybe places aren't selling them as much. Gummy controller, yeah, that was low key good. That made me blue though. That turned my I ate that so sloppily it turned my entire face blue. It was very good though. That was a harder gummy as well, but it wasn't terribly hard. It was very reminiscent of a Haribo gummy. There's a place, speaking of candy, there's a place in Georgia I like. Yeah. It was still good. Do you know what I'm talking about with the candy shop down at the beach? They have their own Butterfinger there. That shit is delectable. It is fantastic. They call it a PB Crunch or something. It's like layers of like really thin peanut brittle. And you can get them with chocolate or without chocolate. Now me, I get it without chocolate. And it is fantastic. It is great. Nice little nutty flavor. There's a nice place across from it too. We recently checked out a restaurant near there. It used to be like very 80s Miami kind of theme. Now it's a slightly more on the generic side. But not terribly. It's not like they turned everything white. I cannot stand when places turn every single fucking surface white. I don't remember either. Does this sound familiar? It's a place with like all the fudge. It had Buckeyes. My brother might have gotten ice cream. It was near a pier. Regardless, it was nice. It's nice. It's nice. And the place right next to it, which my family loves for breakfast, had opened up for dinner recently, and their dinner is great. I actually don't really like this place's breakfast, and it's very like well known for the breakfast, but the dinner is like significantly better. It's expensive. I've never gone there on my own dime, but it was very good. Right before the stream, I actually got a 12th subscriber. I did not see who this person was. However, thank you to my new 12th subscriber. I appreciate your support. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. I go down south for my beach trip. Beach trips. I usually take them more in the winter and early summer, which will be happening this year as well. And those are a lot for the winter, but the seafood there is fantastic. If there's a seafood linguine, like Cajun seafood linguine on your menu, I'm ordering that. That's for me. That shit is for me. That's mine. Especially if it has like a nice cream sauce. Like the place that I go to a lot has like it's supposed to be like a Creole Parmesan cream sauce. It's very good. By the way, if you looked at the webcam and noticed I just got like eerily closer to the screen, I just pulled up the table closer to me. Because I've been kind of far away from it the whole time. You might be able to hear me better too, so there's that. Sorry, just got a little notification on my phone. I recently got a copy of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Just got it in the mail the other day. Opened up the case, put it in my Xbox, and that fucking thing would not download. So I took it out, and there is a giant crack directly in the middle of it. And I luckily I got a refund. There before, but you've never actually took me there? Maybe. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised. If I get someone fudge, usually I get them fudge from Bucky's, though. But I probably got you... I may have gotten you fudge from there as well. Bucky literally has everything. It's nuts. It's crazy. I'm not like a Buc-ee's guy, but every time I go to Buc-ee's, I find myself like debating on whether I should get this completely useless thing. Whatever completely useless thing grabs my attention, I'll usually have like an inner struggle about. Bum, 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 bum. But yeah, I will be heading to the beach in a week and a half from now, so first comes sandwich night video, then comes beach. A little treat yourself moment. I won't be treating myself too long because I wanna release the first of my shiny hunting diaries as well. Though a part of me is debating whether I want to do this one because I would have to audio sync it as well. We shall see. We shall see. If it's not Slowpoke, I would go into ZA over the next few days and I would just shiny hunt something else. Will I stream while I'm at the beach? Yeah. Yeah. I would probably only do Sunday, but I would absolutely still stream. Additionally, the hours might be a little... We'll cross that bridge when we get there, right? If I am unable to stream for whatever reason, I would just try and get more shiny hunting diaries or smaller videos done. I do have an idea while I'm there, but it's very dependent on whether I can find my handheld camera. I'm gonna do like a Pokemon Go. So there's a bunch of historic places near where I go to, and I want to do like a Pokemon Go historical walk, where basically I play Pokemon Go while also going to historical landmarks in the area and telling you about them, and I tell you about them. It's something I've been considering. I don't know if I'll end up actually doing it. Oh my god. Is everything okay? Can you hear me? Please tell me everything is okay. Please tell me everything's okay. Oh no, wait. Okay, I'm back. What's going on, man? What did you see anything weird happen on your end, Nico? Did it like temporarily just go to black or something? I'm not sure what happened, but I think my Wi-Fi just went down. Buffering for a second. It was not a you issue, no. It was on my end too. I have a little tab open to test the stream. My Wi-Fi just like went down. It's not a great sign. Let me check real fast. Maybe it's... I don't think it's weather related. Hold on. Give me just a moment. I mean, it's definitely gonna rain soon. But I don't think it's from that. Weird. Weird. I don't know. YouTube has been cursing me tonight. No Wurmple? My goodness. YouTube has like cursed me. Wimple cheese boyga. I see what you're saying. I don't know what's going on. I think stream my OBS is now delayed like an extra 10 seconds as well. So it's gonna I may not respond to your messages for like a few seconds. Oh no! What? Oh crap. I thought That's so weird. Huh. Sorry, I just had like a bunch of things crash randomly. Oh well. It's been delayed by a lot the whole stream. Yeah, something weird with YouTube. I know it's a little frustrating. It's a-okay though. Just makes me value the interactive experiences I can have on Twitch a little bit more. Bear with me. Okay. I'm gonna switch to another thing of grass in just a second. Clearly, YouTube has cursed me for my hubris. It knows I streamed on Twitch. Bam. Got that. Yeah, the VOD is going to be really interesting when there's just like 10 seconds of just like destruction. I have no clue what happened, but my Wi-Fi has remained at 2 bars. For whatever reason, it's been at 2 bars since that crash happened. Very strange. I'm like right next to the modem as well. As long as something's going to YouTube, that's what matters to me. I don't have to completely restart the stream. No luck there. By the way, if I do find the shiny Zigzagoon, the stream ends as I need to throw myself into the sea. Fast. Fast. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. No, I'm hoping it doesn't. I have my eye on everything. Looks like it's improving. No clue what happened there though. That was really weird. I'm happy it like restarted itself seemingly because we've had issues before where the Wi-Fi will just kind of crash and will remain crashed until we have someone come out to fix it. But you know, would not be ideal for what I'm trying to do. It did about last time that did that was about 2 weeks ago as well. Not that far back. It's weird watching my stream on YouTube because how it looks on YouTube and how it displays on my computer are very different. My computer always like dulls things out and makes things less bright. So it's hard for me to gauge what something would actually look like once it's on YouTube. Or once I post it elsewhere. It applies to pictures as well. So I think next time I use this stream background, I'm going to have to make it a little bit darker, desaturate a little bit. Kind of like how I see on my screen. Now, if it does crash again, I will most likely have to call it quits for the evening. And I would just keep on editing my video a little bit more. It's fine. There's like 4 big segments to the Sandwich Night video. I'm probably about halfway through segment 1. So, like, by segments, I mean my Elgato will stream for like 3 hours at a time. So roughly, I'm like an hour and a half into footage. Probably a little bit less, but I'll have plenty of material, so that's, you know, there's always a silver lining. In terms of material, I'm good to go. No shiny. Apparently a severe thunderstorm is also coming to the area, so that's not great. That's not great. We'll see. We'll have to see. Thunderstorms, to me, are such a nothing event. When I was in Florida, whenever there's a thunderstorm, honestly, half the time it was like, okay, I might actually die here. It always seemed to want to storm when it was my day off, or specifically when I was on the road. I had to drive through a hurricane one time. That was not very fun. So the storms back here are, you know, kind of nothing. Yeah, I tested it. I'm like about, I think, 30 seconds to a minute behind from OBS to YouTube. That's nuts. That's nuts. I think next time I do a big Ruby Sapphire, or, well, for my Sapphire copy, I think my big shiny hunt that's not Safari Week is probably going to be for, maybe Relicanth. Relicanth would be cool, but beyond that, I think I might also do one of the Reggies. Go for, like, shiny Regice, shiny Regirock, or something like that. I think that'd be fun. For my Ruby copy, I'm just kind of stuck making my team. for a while. I want a shiny Groudon, I want a shiny Cradily, shiny Wurmple or some derivative of that. I'm gonna get a shiny Blaziken. That's confirmed. Shiny Lanoon if I keep Lanoon on my team. Could be worse, could be worse. Apologies for the burping. Talo, Talo, don't dream it's over. Talo, Talo. I want to do a Pokemon Go based video at some point. So, I think I'm now the only person watching my stream. So I'm gonna go over video ideas with you. I'm just gonna talk about video ideas I have for the next 10 whole minutes. At least. I don't think anyone else is really coming. So, first big idea. Well, I should say, I'm not counting... I'm not going to bring up a Shiny Hunting Diaries thing or my Sapphire video. Those are kind of self-explanatory, or I've gone over them before. So, some ideas I have. I need a capture card for this, for my 3DS, but... Fishing night. Or probably not fishing night, like fishing afternoon. Probably gonna try and get a day where for the day all I do is chain fish things up or try and get fishing based shinies. Probably chain fishing, that'd be the most efficient way. I like fishing a lot in Pokemon games. I kind of suck at it in Gen 3. Especially because I feel like anything, if you play it on like a GameCube Analog Pocket, maybe there's like a slight delay or something, but I can never get the timing right with anything above an old rod. I'd look into that, you know. Safari Zone, I think, also has some pretty not terrible fishing encounters. I mean, you know, most water-type Pokemon aren't bad. Another idea I had is catch every Pikachu in the series. I kind of touched on this earlier. I would include things like Game Corner Pikachus, which is important because only Japanese Pokemon Blue has that. Beyond that, you know, that would probably be location-based and generation-based. So, like, a Pikachu in Viridian Forest in Gen 1 is not going to be the only Pikachu from Viridian Forest you see since Let's Go and Fire Red and Leaf Green exist. Another idea, maybe do like a short form BDSP kind of thing. I don't like BDSP. I don't really enjoy shiny hunting in those games either. But I think doing something kind of like a free-for-all in the underground would be fun. So it's because I have a lot of friends who own that game, and they'd be able to play with me. I'd have to get way more through the game, though. I'm probably going to delete the BDSP footage I have so far, because I don't think I'm going to make a video with what I have right now. I think I would want to approach it fresh. I have, like, probably about 20 hours of footage from that game, too. A lot of it's just me fucking around, though. Pokemon Go Historic Tour. There's like a historic fort near where I'll be at, and I think that'd be interesting to do. Kind of self-explanatory, though. I do want to kind of do some more playthrough-based videos. Maybe some ROM hacks here and there. I want to kind of diversify a little bit. I have an analytical retrospective kind of video planned too, but I'm waiting for my channel to get a bit more popular. I like at 1,000 subs is when I'll probably start considering going full throttle on it. It's because I want to make sure people watch it and it connects with a larger audience. In terms of shiny hunting diaries, some shiny hunts I have planned right now is Lileep in this game, Pokemon Ruby, so you will see this copy of Pokemon Ruby again. I want to try a Coliseum one at some point, but I don't know if that would be a shiny hunting diary necessarily, or if that would turn to a full-blown video. I've never hunted in that game before, so I do hope that, honestly, there's stuff in there for me to kind of build a narrative around and make it a bit more interesting. Beyond that, at some point I'm going to do a playthrough of probably Leaf Green on the Switch 2. Probably Switch 2, honestly. Would look a lot better. A lot better. For my Sapphire copy, I honestly might do Kyogre hunt. I don't know, I think that'd be interesting. I've not tried to hunt for the legendaries in Gen 3 before. But besides Rayquaza and Emerald, but Emerald's a bit particular. I've had people ask me before if I ever plan to do like a RNG manipulation based hunt either now or in the future, but both like video, not really video wise, more private wise. Now, I've never really had an interest in that, but I don't know. I do want to hunt for Smeargle in the Battle Frontier too. That's a really unique shiny, very interesting story too. The Battle Frontier is so funny because you can actually find a decent amount of Pokemon to shiny hunt there. There is like a way to RNG manipulate yourself a Pokemon to a shiny Pokemon from the Battle Pyramid though. That looks interesting. That I don't know about. That one gives me... That one makes me think about playing the game in a way that wasn't really intended. Not that I'm like some sort of Pokemon Puritan, but... I really don't want to do a Scarlet and Violet video for a while. Honestly, going through the footage for Sandwich Night is making me appreciate cutting for things like Pokemon Sapphire, or even this game, or streams and stuff like that. Because honestly, Pokemon Violet is not the most visually pleasing game to be looking at. Especially when you're watching footage of it. Everything on my computer screen comes up really desaturated, so I really hope the picture that I got from my Pokemon Violet recordings isn't as washed out as I think it is. Safari Week though, I'm excited for Safari Week this year. I kind of feel like for the first time in a long time when it comes to Safari Week, like, most of my shit is together right now. Most of the hunts I want to do, I've either set up for, or I'm very close to getting to a point where I can set up for it. Like, technically, right now, my Heart Gold copy, I'm ready to rock and roll for Safari Week. My Platinum copy, I'm ready to rock and roll. My Soul Silver copy, not so much. Same with my Diamond copy. But honestly, I think I'm going to do 2 Gen 3 games. Or what I'm probably going to do is Sapphire and Emerald for Hoenn. For Kanto, I'm going to do my Fire Red copy. My not shiny hunting one. My Fire Red copy and Fire Red on the Switch. Or I might do my Leaf Green copy and Fire Red on the Switch, but we just have to see. I also... For Gen 4, I want to do for Sinnoh, my Pearl copy is ready. My Pearl copy is 100% ready. So I'd probably do that and my Platinum. And then Heart Gold and Soul Silver for Johto. I should have both versions of that game ready to rock and roll. Heart Gold and Soul Silver has a really nice Safari Zone, though. I'm kind of hoping I get where I need to be in Heart Gold in a timely manner, because I want to see if I can get some of the more interesting Pokemon. I won't get to Bagon. There will be no Bagon, unfortunately, but I can still find some interesting Pokemon spawning there. The vanilla Pokemon are also not horrible. I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver is a really nice Safari Zone. I know a lot of people disagree when it comes to that, but I quite like it. Because you get, like, good Kantomon. You do get some Johto Glupshidos. Like, I think some areas definitely have a Sentry Bird in there that, you know, no one necessarily needs, but in general, it's not a bad Safari Zone. Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, though, I do not quite like the Diamond, Pearl, Platinum Safari Zone for a numerous list of reasons. A number of reasons, even. My biggest one is I don't like the mud. I don't like the mud. I don't like going through the mud. Please, no mud. Please, no mud. No mud for me. I'm not someone who wants to be hauling ass through the mud trying to find some encounters. The Pokemon themselves are fine. It's a very themed Safari Zone. You know, if you like swamp Pokemon, you know, it's a place for you. I imagine they made a board meeting and it was like, what's the most interesting thing we can make this Safari Zone? Full of mud. Which is strange. It's so dreary. Yeah. I have really mixed feelings on it too, because I also don't like how the areas work. I don't like the idea that some areas will have certain Pokemon and other ones, you know, just kind of get fucked. Like, when I was playing it, I did the binoculars, I saw where Tangela was. I just could not find a Tangela for the life of me. It was just Whoopers all day. Also, I think B-Barrel can be found there. B-Barrel shouldn't be there, man. Imagine if you're going through the Kanto Safari and it's like, oh look, a Rattata? If Rattata and Pidgey were in the Kanto Safari Zone, there would never have been another Safari Zone in a Pokemon game ever again. Carnivine's cool though. Wooper's cool. Wooper's cool, but it doesn't really really get me excited. Okay. Here's what I think comes down to me in the Sinnoh Safari Zone. Nothing there gets me excited. Go great, a B-Barrel. And this is no slam against Wooper. I think Wooper's a decent Pokemon. I think Wooper's fine. Wooper's good even. I like Wooper. But the issue with Wooper is, it's not like it's the hardest Pokemon to find in Johto. And also, this game already has Shellos. I'd kind of rather get a newer Pokemon than an older one. I'd rather Shiny Hunt for it in Heart Gold Soul Silver than Platinum Diamond Pearl. Tangela's there. Which always Tangela. Which isn't terrible, but you know, you say exciting exclusive area Pokemon, say Tangela, and I'm like, you know, it's okay. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald Safari Zone is schizophrenic enough for me to really vibe with it. So many Glupshidos, most of them from Johto. Duckle, Girafarig, Phanpy. I think the big minus, though, is I think Oddish is there. If I remember correctly, which is unfortunate because Oddish is in so many areas in Hoenn. Oddish and Gloom, ugh. Honestly, I think I don't have a lot of issues with the amount of available Pokemon in those games, but if I had one big sort of telltale issue with it. It's that there are simply way too many places where you see Oddish. Bum, 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 bum. Throw Wurmple in the Safari Zone. Fuck it, do that. That would be fun. Wurmple's a fun Pokemon. In many ways, Eterna Forest in Diamond Pearl Platinum carries the energy that the Safari Zone that any other Safari Zone has. Especially Platinums. Oh my god, so many fucking Pokemon are in Eterna Forest. Not Diamond and Pearl. Diamond and Pearl is a much smaller number. Let me look up. I'm looking up the Hoenn Safari Zone right now, so I can give my direct take on how beautiful this roster is. Okay, not the Gen 6 one. That doesn't count. It's not actually... The Oras one is not Safari Zone. It is not. It may look like a Safari Zone. It is not a Safari Zone. Okay, let's see the available species. I don't think there's any exclusives here either. I think they're all... Yeah, they're all universal. No, there are some exclusive ones. That's... Okay, but in a weird way. There are exclusive ones, but in a weird way. Like, certain level ranges are exclusive. Emerald also adds Area 5 and 6. Okay. So... Area 1 of the Hoenn Safari Zone has Pikachu, goated, 5% encounter rate. I don't think I've ever seen a Pikachu there either. Oddish, of course. Oddish is going to be there. 40% spawn rate. Yikes. Gloom has a 5%. Doduo is there with a 10%. Natu, Girafarig, and Wobbuffet. I would not... The Girafarig would be my big go-to. That's an interesting area. Area 2 has those same exact Pokemon I listed earlier, except in Ruby, Doduo's level 25. In Sapphire and Emerald, Doduo can only be level 27 there. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. If you're specifically looking for a level 27 Doduo, Pokemon Ruby may not be the game for you. I'm sorry to break this to you. Surfing there, you get Psyduck, 100% spawn rate. Goldeen, Magikarp, Goldeen, Magikarp, Goldeen, Seaking with the rods. If you have a Super Rod, you're only getting Goldeen and Seaking. So maybe not the best place to use your Super Rod unless you really like Goldeen and Seaking. Magikarp can still be found with the Good Rod too. That's rare. Usually don't see them with Good Rod spawns. At least in newer games. Area 3 has Oddish and Gloom with 30 and 15% encounter rates. Doduo and Dodrio with 15 and 5. And also Rhyhorn and Pinsir. Pinsir with a 5%. Not bad, not bad. Golduck can be found surfing with a 5% spawn rate. Otherwise, it is 95% Psyduck. It's not horrible. Honestly, surfing spots can be like so all over the place in terms of what Pokemon you get. Maybe I'm used to Gen 3 just giving you Tentacool over and over and over again. But I'm fine with Psyduck and Golduck here. Fishing is the same exact Pokemon. Area 4 North, you get Oddish, Gloom, Natu, Xatu with a 5%, Heracross with a 5% encounter rate, and Phanpy with a 30%. Phanpy, I think, would probably be the more realistic go-to for me here. It'd be my target, so to speak. So for Emerald, Area 5 East has Hoot, Spinarak, Mareep, Aipom, Sunkern, Gligar, Snubbull, Stantler, That is an S tier roster. No Emerald Slander. That roster cooks. Literally just like bam, 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 bam. Maybe not Sunkern, but everything else is heat. It's fire. It's gold. You could not make a Safari Zone with a better selection. Sorry. I mean, you could... Let me rephrase. You could make a Safari Zone with a better selection. You will not find another example of this in a Pokemon game. Surfing is Marill, Wooper, and Quagsire. Fishing includes Beyond, Magikarp, Goldeen, Seaking. You also get Octillery and Remoraid. Not bad. Not bad at all. Octillery is a 1% though, so your ass is not getting an Octillery. Area 6 Northeast has a lot of the same Pokemon, but also has Ladybug. So you keep Hoot, Apom, Sunkern. But added to it is Ladybug, Pineco, Teddiursa, Houndour, Miltank. Goated. That is also really, really good. Actually, that's probably the best area. I lied. I love Snubbull, but that's some good spawns. A lot of the more interesting things are 5%, though. The big spawns there are Apom and Teddiursa. So that's the Hoenn Safari Zone. Straight heat all around. Emerald definitely, with the expanded areas, gets better species there, but I don't think it's a significant difference in quality. Sinnoh, though, what do you get? Everywhere is a B-Barrel, Wooper, I think Quagsire, Carnivine, Tangela. Surfing, you get some more things, but I think, doesn't Natdex also unlock more spawn slots for the Sinnoh Safari Zone? That might be wrong, though. But that's vaguely more interesting, you know. It's not awful. No. When it comes to my favorite Safari Zones, I just like a lot of variety. I like a lot of variety, and I like a lot of Pokemon that are just like very non-traditional and or rare throughout the series. Hoenn Safari Zone, fuck it. You get Pinsir, you get Rhyhorn, you get Heracross. You do not get Kangaskhan, though, which is unfortunate. Most of it's Johto Pokemon. I'd say that if, in that one area, if they replaced fucking whatchamacallit? Not Miltank, but if you replace Pineco, put Larvitar there, or alternatively, you add Kangaskhan to the roster, it'd probably be unanimously agreed upon as best Safari Zone. Though I don't personally find it to be very interesting to go through. The Hoenn Safari Zone is kind of visually not as neat as other ones. Not as good looking either. If you want that, though, just play Fire Red, Leaf Green. So that'll have the Safari Zone of your dreams in it. Ooh, you know what I should do? I should do like a Shiny Hunting Diaries, trying like streaming from my 3DS to my computer, and I should see if I can do like a friend safari. I have not done a friend safari now in like 6 months. Kind of nuts. Friend safari is fun. If you have never tried a friend safari, if you own okay, I'll clarify. If you own Pokemon X and Y, you've beat the game, and you've never tried a friend safari, whether that be because Street Pass is down, or I guess really the friend system, online friend system is down, or you just didn't know about it, you should try a friend safari. It's really fun. And the shiny odds are not horrible. They are not. I was like walking around Epcot when I was in Orlando. With my family came and we were walking around Epcot. I just had my 2DS on me, and I just played in lines. In that time, I got 2 shinies. Just like right off the bat. 2 easy shinies. Just walking around, running away, and checking my 2DS. You do not get numbers like that very often in a console game. That isn't Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for the Nintendo Switch. I've never walked around with my Switch and tried to get shinies though. I always do that with like my analog pocket. Like I used to take it on walks with me and shiny hunt, but never with my Switch. I hope I'm back. I am so sorry. I don't know what's happening. my Wi-Fi keeps like running out or something. I don't know if it's my computer, my Wi-Fi router itself, but man. I'm getting a good connection, at least for now. It's very weird. Very odd. I just booted all my viewers. I have no clue what's going on with this, but it's low-key driving me nuts because I feel like every time it happens, it's kicking out my viewers. Quick shout out to Twitch. Yeah. There's like an online patch you can apply where you get all of the available Pokemon across the front safaris. Apply that. Do that patch. If you have a custom firmware 3DS, apply that patch. If you don't have one, use a friend's shiny hunt on their 3DS. You're still here? Good. Yeah, it went out again. I have no earthly idea why. It's never done this before. Which makes me think it might be something to do with the OBS YouTube connection. I just don't know. Next time I do YouTube, I might have to do it through Streamlabs. Which is fine. I've been using OBS, though, just because it grabs my Elgato a little bit better. Ooh, you know what Pokemon Shiny Hunt would be really, really cool? Diamond and Pearl fossils. Dude. I might have to do that. I don't know if that'll be this summer, but I might have to do it. The big one, another big one I intend to do this summer is Runaways for Stunky. I think that would be fun. In Diamond. I'm just gonna keep streaming, honestly. I'm a little peeved. I am a little peeved that there keeps being a connection loss issue, but it could be worse. Way worse. I can deal with this. Go ahead and log that. But yeah. If you can't tell, I've thought about Safari Week a little bit the past few days. I think I already got this item right. No, I did not. Shit. Oh, I did. Nuts. But yeah, I have like intended targets in every game. I have like a practical one that I'm looking for, and then I have like a little one that might be a little bit harder to come across, and I have a reach. Like I think the reach that I'm planning for Fire Red and Leaf Green is Tauros. There's like probably a 10% chance. Not 10% chance. There's a 0.00001% chance I actually get a shiny Tauros, but if I do, it's on the board. Last Safari Week I participated, I only did get one shiny though. But I didn't play the whole time. Which is important to know. Yeah, I always wondered why they didn't put the Safari Zone back in Oras. I mean, they did, but not really. Because honestly, I miss the Safari Zone. I miss the pre-Gen 4 Safari Zones quite a bit. Diamond and Pearl Safari Zone was really eh. Heart Gold and Soul Silvers was fine, but also kind of a gimmick Safari Zone. Like, the items and the biomes and stuff are the gimmick. It's very cool that you can do this, but it's obviously not a classical Safari Zone. DexNav in Oras was a nice trade-off, though. Like, there's content in Oras to sort of supplement the fact that there's no Safari Zone, which is important. Nope. What about now? Nope. Tomorrow I have my Charmander Fire Red hunt on Twitch again. So let's see if that actually goes somewhere. If so, fantastic. If not, not as fantastic. It's been a while since I've gotten a shiny Pokemon. I might have to do like a therapeutic, really easy hunt just to like get myself back into the feeling. Sounds like something like an addict, a gambling addict would say, but it's the truth. Who knows, maybe I'll do a quick little chain fishing session tonight in like Alpha Sapphire or some shit. Right now, I'd say that it's my intention to end at 10 o'clock p.m. That being said, if I keep having connection issues, if it keeps dropping out, I don't know. I don't know. May just be not meant to be tonight. But I will stay on it as long as I can. You know what's fun that I never really like fully explored in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald? Secret bases. Goddamn. They are fun. I remember when I was a kid, I would just like buy all the dolls and just like the only thing I'd put in my base were all the Pokemon dolls. And like a single chair. There's just like a cup chair in the corner and then just like all these fucking Pokemon dolls. But yeah. During my Sapphire playthrough, next few days, I'll probably do a little bit of a base side quest. Make myself a nice little secret base. My brother has a copy of Ruby, too, so Theoretically, I could record mix with him, and we could play bases like how they're meant to be played. It's fun. I was much more into the underground bases in Diamond and Pearl, though. Non-BDSP. I don't... Those aren't proper underground bases, but Diamond and Pearl, the underground base game, was sick. Sick. I never checked them out in Platinum, so I don't know if they added anything either. Well, I shouldn't say I've never checked them out in Platinum. I've never really looked into it in Platinum. Usually when I go underground, I simply fossil max. You know what game would have a really, really, really good Safari Zone? Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra. I feel like if those games had a Safari Zone, it would be goated. I don't even know what the fuck I'd put there, though. There's so many Pokemon in that game. I don't know. Maybe remove a couple Pokemon from the base game. Maybe that would be, like, the ideal place for Turtonator and Drampa to be. Like, I feel like Turtonator and Drampa in the base game are in kind of, like, weird, awkward little locations. Imagine if Alola had a Safari Zone. That would be, like, 100% the perfect for him. Turtonator, I think, is near, like, what? Blush Mountain? Really weird point in the game. I do not remember where the fuck Drampa is, but I imagine about the same place. I made the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon Safari Zone. I think... what would be like a good biome? I think the biome should be like... Because all the Safari Zones, the gimmick is it's like different from everything else in the region. So I need to think about this a little bit. What's not represented in Alola? There's an icy mountain. There's a desert. There's a jungle. Not really a swamp. Alola Safari Zone would go hard, especially if different manure correspond in different areas. Yeah, I agree. I'm thinking of like a theme to kind of tie everything together. Like, what doesn't Alola have that would be cool? You could do like an Aether Foundation like spin-off thing. Like, imagine if at the very ending of the game, the Aether Island actually became the new Safari Zone, and there you could even get like some really out there Pokemon. Not necessarily like Ultra Beasts or anything, but some Pokemon you wouldn't really expect to be there. That's where you get... That's why, what's her name? Lily has the Clefairy, right? That's how she gets a Clefairy. It's there. Clefairy's there. Maybe like different zones. Imagine 4 different zones. I almost said 4 different zones, kind of like the Oricorios, but I don't know about that. They each kind of have their own area, honestly. Maybe, though. I think it would be cool if it was like an Aether Foundation simulated environment, and you get places like interior. Like, imagine if it had a more interior focus for a Safari Zone, almost like a tower with different floors with different habitats and settings. I think that'd be really cool. I put maybe like a cliffy kind of one. That's where Turtonator and Drampa Minior would be. That kind of sounds like the cliff area from Scarlet and Violet, but just follow me here. Humor me. I'd probably put Turtonator, Ultra Sun, Drampa, Ultra Moon, Minior, and maybe depending on the time of day, different Minior cores showed up, rather than different zones. That would fit well with the Aether Paradox. But yeah, I agree. I think naturally, the Cantonian forms, or the original forms of the Alolan Pokemon being there would be cool. Even if Alolan Muck simply mogs base game Muck in every conceivable way. I don't know. I think it'd be really cool. I also think that the Gen 7 games horribly underuse the volcano setting. I wish there was more volcano. Because you're in the volcano for Kyoei's trial, and then when that's over, there is no reason whatsoever to go back to the volcano. Not a single one. Unless you miss Salandit, or caught a male Salandit. I like Salandit a lot, though. Honestly, I prefer when I catch a Salandit for it to be male. I kind of like the idea of him just being like a little gremlin. Just kind of like stuck with a little lizard gremlin. Bro's just goblin maxing. Salandit's also such a great design. I know one day Salandit and Combi are getting evolutions. I don't know when, but it's gotta happen. When that happens, I will be torn. I will be torn. Though if it doesn't turn out as something I like, kind of like Dunsparce to Dunsparce, at the very least, I'm comforted by the fact that Eviolite exists and I can use it on that Pokemon now. There's been like a big controversy thing. Well, not really controversy, but I've seen a lot of people talking about Blissey from I don't even know the channel name. Is it I'm a Blissey? Yeah, I think it's I'm a Blissey. Okay, so Blissey from I'm a Blissey made a site called Blissey.net and was like, I made a Pokemon site because all the other ones sucked or something. And I opened up the site and it was just like the most soulless, just husk of a Pokemon fan site I've ever seen. The information also wasn't all that great. It went up to Gen 7, but a lot of things from Gen 7 didn't really seem to be properly updated. You didn't really get rarities or anything. I am not the biggest fan of Cerebi as a website either, but I'm sorry, but Cerebi at least has it. It's visually interesting. It's not categorized well. It's not really the best resource for finding information fast. Yeah, I'm a Bulbapedia kind of person. Yeah, you should look up blisy.net and let me know how you like it. I'm also a Bulbapedia person. Bulbapedia and Pokemon DB. Yeah, I was about to say Pokemon DB too. Pokemon DB, I feel like honestly, is it boring looking? Yeah, but the information conveyed is usually pretty easy to find. I'd say if you're just looking for straight up information, that's the best place to do it. Even if accessing things like calculators isn't really the easiest thing in the world. I mean, I personally don't really access calculator stuff. The Blissey website does have like a calculator per game per species for like IVs and EVs, but honestly, you don't really need them for gens 1 through 7. I mean, the only exception is if you're building for Battle Frontier and Battle Tower and kind of want to see how that Pokemon would look. That being said, if you're following a build guide, you probably already know how that Pokemon's going to be. If you're not following a build guide, I mean, that is helpful, yeah. There are also other IV, EV calculators around now for particular Pokemon. I think that going in with the attitude, I didn't like all the Pokemon websites, or they all suck, so I made one on my own. Which I don't even... Oh, let me look up explicitly what the title of the video was. Every Pokemon website sucks, so I made a good one. And then it says Cerebi at the top and says bad web design. I'm sorry. That's a lot of ego. That's way too much ego for a silly little Pokemon website. Look. I'll be the first to admit, Cerebi's not my favorite. I have problems with Cerebi. There are a lot of Pokemon fan sites I prefer. But having the hubris to say that all the Pokemon websites suck, so you made a good one, and then just dropping like the blandest, like bare bones skeleton of a website I've ever seen with no soul whatsoever, it's a little cringe. Soulless, no color or vibes. Yeah, no logo, no color, no vibes is simply information slop. There is nothing there. It's like it's a corpse of a Pokemon fan site. I feel that way about PokeOS to a certain extent too, where it just doesn't really have a lot of soul to it. It just kind of feels like information is there. I miss when fan sites had personality. I miss when fan sites had cool things to look at. I miss when everything had its own kind of vibe. Making everything white and boring is something that I think is a detriment to our standards. The fact that we're okay with that is really a detriment to what our standards should be. For everything, not just Pokemon. Best cute charm tutorial person. Give me a website for that. Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised. I don't think the website has a lot of guides to doing things like setting up cute charm or anything. Honestly, if the website had good guides for RNG manipulation, it'd be more interesting to do, especially because when I do things like that, I prefer reading and seeing pictures rather than just watching a video. That being said, I don't think there are many guides, and if there are, I don't think they involve a lot of pictures. Let me see. Let me go to the website on my phone. Yeah, there's nothing. Nothing like that. You can't even browse by game. I mean, you can browse by version of game in the categories, but you can't browse a version and access information there. So, like, let's say I wanted to go into Pokemon Ultra Moon and see the routes list. You can't do that. You have to go to what? Let me look at it. Let me see. You have to go to locations, then pick the game that you want, and then you have to specifically look up the particular area you want to find. There's also not like a next option. So, for example, there's nothing on the Alola Route 1 screen that would allow you to progress to Alola Route 2 or Howley City or the next area. The good news is sub areas are there, like Howley City Beachfront is there. Hold on. Yeah. But yeah, I saw that this person made what they said was a good Pokemon website. I went to the website and I was like, well, this is really bland. I mean, I guess the idea is all these other places have too much fluff. They want something concise. I don't mind the fluff, though. I just wish these sites were easier to navigate. Honestly, my biggest issue with something like Cerebi is it can just be a pain to navigate. It's significantly more comprehensive than Cerebi, though. So trying to offer this as a substitute and directly referencing Cerebi is insane. This has roughly probably like a 100th, and that's being very charitable, as 100th of the content Cerebi has on it. I'm sorry, but it was just not it. Just not it. As a casual Pokemon fan, I have no interest in ever viewing this website. Besides, like, critiquing it. I won't be using this for other things. But yeah, I don't know if you. I didn't know if you had seen it, Nico, but I know Nick's been making fun of it a lot. I think making fun of this website is valid. If you are going to say that you made one that doesn't suck, I think naturally one can raise the critique that if it is not all that, you know, maybe the website's not as good as you seem to put forward. I don't think this is a good... I do not think it's a good website. I think it has information on it. I think how a person engages with that information, how useful it would be in the way that it's presented, varies significantly by the person. The website's not vibes, though. Definitely not vibes. No, wait. The video didn't... I don't think his video didn't seem to do exceptionally well either. So, I don't know how much we'll hear about their website moving forward. By the way, I think I read somewhere that the Blissey... I'm a Blissey is non-binary. If I referred to this person by wrong pronouns, I apologize. At any point. I don't know if I did, but if I did, I apologize. I also don't think... Is Coliseum represented? Hold up. Pokemon. Yeah, XD and Coliseum are here, so that's good. That's good, at least. And it does say, like, where you can get snaggable Pokemon, too. That's good. A picture would be nicer. Who has it would be a bit nicer, because the description's kind of generalized to the Pyrite Cave basement floor 1 sewers, but it could be worse. I don't know. There's a lot of great fan sites out there. That's basically just they're just guides for like 1 or 2 things, and I like that. Like I think Buried Relic. That's one I used before. There's like a Nose Pass one too. Buried Relic. Let me see. He had some sort of guide I had to use at one point. Let me see. What was it? Oh yeah. It was a Shiny Hunter manual for Gen 2. Some good shiny hunting guides there for older games. Best Pokemon website because it has the most info, most appealing layout and vibes, and has Bubble Garden Archives, which is an image gallery of basically every official image. Yeah, no, I agree. If you ask me like the best big site place for Pokemon information, your general Pokemon information, rather than like specific very niche information, I think Bulbapedia is the place to go. You also get the Bulba Garden forums. They do have, I think, news updates whenever Pokemon stuff happens. I used to like when I was much younger, like Gen 4, Gen 5 era. I used to go on Poke Jungle. That used to be my #1 preferred Pokemon place. I haven't gone there a lot though. They redid mobile stuff, and it doesn't look as well as it used to, which is unfortunate. I used to do like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon RP on some forum site. I forget where. Maybe it was Poke Jungle. Something fun though. But yeah, most of the time when I'm looking up Pokemon information, it's not generalized, it's niche. Like shiny hunting tips for XD and Coliseum would go a long way. Things along that brand of stuff, or Bow Frontier builds. Honestly, you can just... It's not the easiest site to browse, so if you go on like Smogon and just look up builds people have for Ubers or OU, you can figure something out. Bum, 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 bum. If I ever made a Pokemon website, that thing is going to be the most soulful, colorful, aesthetically pleasing website anybody has ever been to. I don't even care if the information I offer is necessarily efficiently given to you. I would, my #1 priority would be making a pretty website. I could never make a good Pokemon site because I'd want it to be pretty. I'd worry too much about whether it's pretty or not. I try to make it more Y2K style than like modern pastel, soft kind of thing. Man, still nothing. I'm telling you, if I don't get a shiny in this game until like 200 hours in, nuts. That is awful luck. I go through encounters pretty fast too. How many hours now? 103. No, 103 hours, that's a long time. Could have helped cancer research or something. Bum, 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 bum. Hold on, while I'm here, while there's not a whole lot going on, bear with me. Just gonna desaturate the image ever so slightly. Not that much. Perfect, I think, maybe. Okay, I'll know how this looks in like a minute. We'll see. I don't really know what gamma is, if I'm being honest. So I don't know how that's gonna factor into this. Oh, I can see it now. Okay, let me see. Is this what I wanted? Is this what I wanted? In terms of my background picture? No, not at all, actually. I'm so particular about this stuff. Oh my man, my god, man. I think things need to look pretty. I think that's really what I've always had a big focus on. I'm very particular about how things need to be presented. may not be efficient, but if it looks nice to me. For example, I know the thumbnail for my sandwich night video. It's not gonna look great. There's a particular look I want for it. Truth nuke, yeah. There's a particular look I want for it. And it's... So my idea for the thumbnail is... So for all of my big adventure videos, I want there to be an overlay on it, on the thumbnail itself, that kind of looks like the Wii's menu. The home menu sort of like outline thing. For the inner image, it's going to be every sandwich I made that night, and then just blurred a little bit. And the final thing is just going to be like a shiny Meryl jumping with a sandwich as well. Bring back character and aesthetic, yeah, exactly. That's why I've grown to strongly dislike the color white, because it's just being used to replace the interesting patterns we used to have. My dad and I went to a cheesecake factory, and it led to us like talking about aesthetics. And I was like, this is kind of like, what's it, Global Village Coffee House. He was like, what's Global Village Coffee House? He's like, I was like, well, that's what like Starbucks used to look like in the early 2000s, or like coffee shops would look like, or I guess Cheesecake Factory, almost Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory is very close to it, but not quite. My dad was like, yeah, this looks very interesting. I was like, kind of sucks that nowadays everything is white and bland. I think it's like a big conspiracy, because things painted white get like get shit on it, and they get spills on it, and it's a lot more evident than anything else. I think it's a big corporate conspiracy to sell like more paint or something. I do not like it though. When I get my own house, there will be not a singular white wall in. Even anything that's supposed to be white is going to be off-white. Or beige. Nothing is going to be strictly white. And like a really obvious off-white too. I probably wouldn't even fuck with off-white in fear of it looking white. Bum 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 bum. How would my room be painted, you ask? Simple. Half red, like Pokemon Ruby. Half blue, like Pokemon Sapphire. My bed, Pokemon Emerald. Rayquaza theme. The only place for white in house is German accents. Yeah, exactly. It's a nice accent color to emphasize other things. If you're using white to emphasize white, or white to emphasize something that's slightly not white, I'm sorry, but it's all so boring. Truth nuke. Truth nuke. Run! It's a truth nuke! Alright. I am unfortunately going to probably end up calling it quits at 8. I'd kind of rather work on what I can with the video. I think the YouTube issues I had sort of butchered a lot of the build-up I had for the stream, which is fine, I don't assume that every single stream I do is going to get more than 10 viewers. I don't assume it's going to get any donations or anything. Or I'm not using that as an example to, like, money e-bag, but, you know, I do want to make sure that I make the most of my time. And maybe when I post this as a VOD, it gets a little bit more attention. I know the thumbnail is very attention grabbing. what did I put on again? Oh, for the love of God, not shiny Zigzagoon, please. I thought that was really funny, by the way. So the reason why the thumbnail looks like that is I wanted it to look like a drama kind of thumbnail or like clickbait, but I wanted the message there to just be like completely fucking weird. So that's why I even like edited the text. This is the first time I edited the text in a way where everything is not the same font size. I did it I did to emulate a certain kind of YouTube video, a certain kind of content creator even. But I wanted to put something so fucking absurd there, which is why it says, for the love of God, not shiny Zigzagoon, please. If I stream my Pokemon Ruby copy to Shiny Hunt again, what I would put there is, I don't even know. Zigzagoon is my 13th reason. Probably that. Shiny Zigzagoon is my 13th reason. Yeah, I think I do that. That would be funny. I just make the titles, the thumbnail things like slightly more unhinged. There's a part in the book The Crucible where a guy is being crushed by a stone and they're adding more weight to him to further crush him, and it's like he's like more. I think I'd do that with shiny Zigzagoon. I just like make a thumbnail of myself flattened out on the ground and being like more Zigzagoon pile up on top of me to crush me. It's a literary reference. I believe in very enlightened references here. Everything I say has deep layers of meaning and context that only an educated mind will truly appreciate. Or I'll just go fully into the throw myself into the sea thing. Honestly, I was debating whether I should make the description. If I see another shiny Zigzagoon out, I will throw myself into a sea. Or make the title of the video, if I see a shiny Zigzagoon, I'm going to throw myself into the sea. It was very close, but ultimately I decided on a description. I kept the title Going Insane, Shiny Hunting in Pokemon Ruby. I had to pick. It was a game time decision. Game time decision. I think I picked well. Plus, this gives me an opportunity next time around, too. Yeah, I might have to redo my Pokemon Fire Red overlay because I think this overlay may have saved on top of it. I don't know. Hopefully not. That would not be good. I don't know if scenes are saved separately or saved by the profile. All my OBS heads out there know what I mean. All my true OBS believers out there. I feel like people are going to look at the thumbnail or something and think I hate Zigzagoon when I do not. I quite like Zigzagoon. I just don't want another shiny one. To everyone watching, let it be on the record. Let it be known. Let it be yelled throughout the streets. I like Zigzagoon and I like Lanoon. I have no particular issue with them. I just don't want another shiny one from Petalburg Woods. I want a area exclusive shiny. I promise I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm a lover. I'm a lover, not a hater. Ba 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 ba. Oof. Ba 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 ba. Yeah. I think what I'm gonna have to do with the video is, I think one day, I'm just gonna lock the fuck in and get like 30 minutes of it done in one day. Because the rate I'm going now is fine. I'm a little bit over 10 minutes in. Yeah, I just kind of go through it at a glacial pace because I will narrate sections. And I am very scared of messing it up. So I mess it up. I have to go and re-narrate parts. Or I have to go and write it down instead of just being able to say it on the cuff. Oh! Got Ko-fi donation. $5, I think that says, from Nico. Thank you. No Zigzagoon, exactly. Manifesting no Zigzagoon. Please no Zigzagoon. If I get a shiny Zigzagoon, it'll be my 13th reason. I'm just like, I'm ending it all. Right there. Right then and there. Bum 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 bum. I'm not a shiny Zigzagoon hater. I'm an appreciator. I appreciate shiny Zigzagoon. That's weird. There's a stream bot and a separate bot for Ko-fi. Strange. Oh, I see. So one goes through OBS or Streamlabs, and the other one must go through YouTube. That's weird. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm excited for the Sun and Moon anniversary. I actually want to start on a Sun and Moon video and that be my first upload. Last year. And then I tried streaming on my 3DS and I could not get it to work for the life of me. Which is fine, you know, and that would have been 2025. I might have uploaded it early 2026 or so. It's fine that I do it later. It coincides with the anniversary a bit better. I think it's in like October, September, November. I think October. I bought a new copy of Pokemon Sun for it and everything too. I have a separate copy of Ultra Sun too if I ever get that capture card for shiny hunting. If I want to re-shiny hunt certain things. Which I shouldn't need to. My main Ultra Sun file has a shiny charm on it. And usually it works out. I can also double hunt with it because the person got to the end of the game. I actually got it through Facebook Marketplace. I did not get stabbed. I did not get shot. I'm a Facebook Marketplace survivor. I'll see if you want a decent deal nowadays. It's gonna probably have to be through Facebook Marketplace. eBay's not anymore. It was funny that GameStop tried to buy eBay. I thought that was like shocking. Like, yeah, it's for Amazon. We want to turn it into something like Amazon, is what they said. Like, what? What? I don't think eBay's that kind of site. I don't think it's really about that kind of thing. Could be wrong, but I've never really took eBay as being the kind of marketplace that Amazon is. It's definitely a bit more direct from seller. I don't want to end it quite yet. I'll end it when I get to 14,000 encounters. Change up the schedule a little bit. Oh, hey, welcome, Nick. Welcome in, welcome in. I'll stream a little while. I'll stream a little while longer. Oop, let's see, let's see. Does it shine? No, thank God, because it's fucking Zigzagoon. Nick, you've missed like multiple like borderline schizophrenic one-party rants I've gone on about Safari Zones. I went on a big one about the Hoenn Safari Zone. And the Gen 4 Safari Zone. Or specifically the Sinnoh Safari Zone. Not really as much Heart Gold and Soul Silvers. Last Safari Week, I only did Fire Red and Leaf Green practically. I tried Emerald, didn't really work out. So I was just kind of... I did 2 Game Boys set up just with Fire Red and Leaf Green for 90% of the time I was doing any sort of shiny hunting for Safari Week. Summarize it. Sinnoh, Safari Zone, bad. Variety, boring. Mud, annoying. Hoenn Safari Zone, good. Big variety, nice Pokemon. That's basically what it boiled down to. Do you see the... Yes, I did. I did. That's a guy who's making, like, the Pokemon box for Gen 1 and 2 as well. Like, the Pokemon box, like... Do you know if he ever actually, like, did it? Oh, we got, like, a burst of people in now. What's that all about? But yeah. No, that guy's up to some interesting things. I don't know if he ever released, like, the Pokemon box... I think it was, like, an N64 ROM or something. That let you store Pokemon from red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, crystal in one location. I hope he did, though. Because that was a really, really cool idea, and I liked that a lot. I know some people want to do the Unlock Safari for Safari Week. I probably will not. Yeah, I'm unsure either. I never saw, like, a release. I followed him to keep track of that release in particular, but I don't think he ever updated anyone on it. 2 are basically Pokemon box for Gen 1 and 2, though. I mean, yeah. I don't own Pokemon Stadium 2, is the unfortunate bit. I do own Stadium 1. I know you could store Pokemon in there, though. Or, did I? I might have. I don't think I ever tried it. I don't think I ever tried to store anything there. I'll correct myself. I wish Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD had an element to them like that. I feel like that would have been nice. But no, you have to trade. It's always trading. Bum 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 bum. I've not cracked open the N64 in a long time. I probably should. It's in my room. I just use the GameCube Max. Or my old apartment, I was always on the Wii. I probably only do Fire and Leaf Green. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do, if I do Fire and Leaf Green, I will do only Leaf Green, only for a little while. Just because the last time I did Safari Week, that's where I got my shiny in. I kind of rather try instead to get something in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Probably specifically will do my copy of Sapphire and Emerald. Honestly. Hoenn Safari Zone is a great Pokemon though. I mean, the original game Safari Zone, or I should say Kanto Safari Zone, whether that be in the original games or Fire and Leaf Green, is very distinct though. And I think all the areas have good Pokemon. That's kind of the classic Safari Week catch. But I want to shake it up. I want to shake it up a little bit. I want to try and get a shiny Girafarig specifically. That would be like my big goal. Shiny Girafarig in the Hoenn Safari Zone. If you ask me like what the belle of the ball for me would be, it would be that. Not exceptionally rare or anything once you're in the Safari Zone. Not hard to find. It's not... I think it has like a 30% spawn rate. I think Oddish in the same area though has a 40%. I do not want a shiny Oddish. I'm manifesting that I do not get a shiny Oddish. But yeah, there's some good options there. I'm probably gonna rip into Safari Week significantly more than I did back in 2024, and way more than I did in 2025. I did not engage with Safari Week at all in 2025. I was too busy being employed. I think I was working like every single day it was scheduled for. I like to do Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but it takes a while to set the Safari completely. Proper save file. Yeah, I don't have it set up completely for it. I'd be more just kind of interested in just getting what's available by default. Right now in Heart Gold, I have 8 gym badges, but not a league victory. Yes, it does. I believe it does. Yes. I think it's your best odds at a Safari Week shiny too. I think, right? Because that has half odds like X and Y. Not bad. Friend Safari does not count, sadly. Or at least I don't count it. Maybe other people do. I personally don't. I'll probably do something else for Safari, Friend Safari. Maybe after Safari Week, I'll do a Friend Safari after party. You'll be doing Soul Silver and or Diamond. Yeah, you can just multi-card it. If you have the DSs to handle it, you should do it. If you have one DS available, you should do it. When I was doing my one in 2024, I was basically just exclusively on my analog pocket. That later got stolen. It's fun. There's kind of like a randomness to it that I enjoy. It does not count. Yeah. Easy shinies. Good variety of Pokemon. Just kind of easy, and also it's an X and Y. Yeah, I think so as well. If not, you can always just put some custom firmware on it. Should be ready to go. You can even do like a low capacity SD card on that. DSi is easy enough. I will not be doing BDSP. I know that. If I do BDSP at all, it would be like an underground kind of friends thing. I would not be doing it for Safari Week. Because I don't really value shinies in that game much. Because I don't play the game much. I know they probably won't, but good ending is that Gen 10 will have a Safari, and that then a new game can be added to Safari Week, the first game in like a billion trillion years. It won't. Gen 10 will not have a Safari Zone. As a true Safari Zone believer and a true and honest Safari Zone warrior. By that I mean I usually barely engage with it outside of Fire Red and Leaf Green. If Gen 10 had one, it would be really cool, but it's not. It's not always black and white. Something wrong or right. It's not about win or lose. It's the path you choose. Let the journey begin. Black and white. If Black and White had a Safari Zone, legitimately, I think a lot of people would have liked the game significantly more. Hot take. Imagine like they have a Safari Zone in there that has older Pokemon in it, and it's either towards the end of the main game or post game. A lot of people would not have made the complaints that they did. TBH. Yeah, I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver I think are DSI enhanced, by the way. Diamond and Pearl is fine. I'm not sure though. You gotta aim for Shiny Chansey or Tauros. I am aiming for the little hunting I'll be doing in Fire Red. I will be aiming for Tauros. That is my primary aim. My big three once in that game are Tauros, Execute, and Venonat. Keeping it simple. Nice and simple. Shiny Chansey would be clutch as fuck, but somebody with my luck, no way am I getting a Shiny Chansey. No way. And if I did get a Shiny Chansey, it's running away immediately, man. Let's be real. Let's be real. What are like some of the clutch Heart Gold, Soul Silver shinies? Don't say Bagon. I know Bagon. I know you have to really prepare for it too. I won't have time. Let me look it up. I want to see like some of the crazy ones. I've gotten through all of the vanilla like pre-game completion events with it, but I've not done any of the post-game Safari Zone engaging. Bro, low key. The plains area, you can literally get Smeargle, Girafarig, Stantler. That's a crazy rotation. Just out of the box, that's crazy. And then you get, without that, you can get Zang, or post-game you can get way more Pokemon though. You get Manectric, Shanks, Smeargle, Zigzagoon, Ponyta, Houndoom, Zangoose, Lotetsu. I don't know. Surskit's cool. Maybe I'll do a plains and see if I can get Surskit. Oh, there's... Okay, never mind. Here. Meadow out of the box is Jigglypuff, Hoppip, Skiploom. Also not a bad rotation at all. At night, the Clefairy's there. Not terrible. Pretty great. Me, you, Caleb, Angel, and Nico got VC in stream, so one of us get a chance to see we can all geek out. I'll be trying to stream for Safari Week. What I'll probably do for Safari Week is a bit of a split thing, since I think I might be traveling one day through it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some IRL stuff, do some shiny hunting, stuff like that that's not streamed, probably just through OBS or something. And I'll also do streams, and I'll try and get people to join the stream. I can also do recordings on Discord and stuff, rather than streaming. Yeah, it does take a while to set up. It's like it's good. I think all the Pokemon it adds, for the most part, are at the very least interesting. It's just like you said, a lot of things take a few extra steps, and the game doesn't tell you what you need to do. So you had to have gotten a guide that knew what they were talking about, or I guess with modern invention, that's not much of an issue anymore. But regardless, it takes a minute. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through the Hard Gold Soul Silver spawns. Savannah just has the Kanto, practically just the Kanto Safari Zone Pokemon. Practically, but not completely. Fuck. I think Tauros there also has a better spawn rate than at the Kanto Safari Zone, significantly. Zigzagoon, Luxio, Houndour, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Zero, Cacturne, Shroomish, Torkoal. Torkoal there, okay. That'd be interesting. After 30 days? I got 30 days. Fuck. Maybe. If I beat Hard Gold tonight, or like tomorrow, I could make it with plenty of time. Maybe. We'll see. And I so happen to get the items. That would be an interesting hunt. Torkoal and Hard Gold Soul Silver. Well, not really a hunt. That'd be an interesting addition to the spawn pool. I mean, 24 peak objects after 0 days in this one biome. That's how you get Aeron. After 100 days, you get Gible, so... If you have a time machine, go to the past, get yourself start preparing for Gible for your Hard Gold Soul Silver Safari Zone hunt. That's fun. That's funny. Yo, Lapras! 10 water object. You can hunt for Lapras in the Hard Gold Soul Silver Safari Zone. That's nice. That's nice. Corphish too. 15 water objects, 0 days. Nice. Okay. I'm just looking through these and getting a good idea for everything. Bruh. So much good shit. Oh my god. I need to pick like 3 things though. Unless I want to do like a per zone listing, but I don't really want to do that. I could get my shit together and prepare 4 zones. 4 potential shinies total. Not 4 potential shinies total. 4 potential areas to shiny max in total. Wouldn't that be interesting? Imagine doing Safari Zone and you're just doing like a rod hunt and you just pull up a shiny Magikarp and Hard Gold Soul Silver. I would kill myself. Look, if I got a full on shiny and Hard Gold and Soul Silver and it was Magikarp or Gyarados, what's the point of living after that point? You get one for free. It makes it so hard to justify shiny hunting Magikarp in other generations because I know in Heart Gold and Soul Silver I can just get Gyarados for free. I know some people don't think that way. I think that. So Viper's in this one. Okay. Kangaskhan. Goat. Yeah, there's some interesting Pokemon here. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We'll just have to see what I end up picking out. Any after 30-day spawn is fair game right now. If I beat the game soon. Bum, 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 bum. I'll probably do like 10 more of these and then I'm probably just calling it early. Wi-Fi is being very frustrating and it's back to low performance on my computer. Ugh. If the stream cuts out, I'll just end it there, like it did earlier. Farzone post-game. In Heart Gold Soul Silver, no. You can't start really completing it, though, until the post-game. That's where all the extra spawns come in. Vanilla Safari Zone in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think, is just unlocking areas. I think items and things like that are unlocked in the post-game, as far as I know. Maybe an additional area or two as well. I'm not really sure. But I know that you can do it early enough into the main game. Just look for Warden Balba calls. I was like, the last time I played Heart Gold, I was low-key like stalking the Warden. Just like, bro, please give me a mission. Please give me a quest. Please tell me there's something more I can do. No luck. The route outside the Safari Zone also it's pretty interesting. There's some interesting fun. I think that's where you get Vulpix. Completely original to Heart Gold and Soul Silver as well. It's fun. It's nice. Nick, do you have any plans to see the Backrooms movie in theaters? Are you gonna go see it? Are you gonna go get scared and pee and poop yourself, as you're known to do? Oh, really? I know that. Huh. That's cool. I forgot. I did that quest. I did the quest. And I had my sister catch... She had Heart Gold, so I think she got Groudon, and I got Kyogre, and then I got Rayquaza. I have zero interest in that movie. Because it's not Pokemon. Because it's not Nintendo. Did you see the Mario Galaxy movie? Did I ever ask you that? I saw it. I don't know if you ever saw it, though. We're gonna get to 14,030, and then I'm gonna call it quits. Just a little bit early. Twitch stream tomorrow will be the full time, though. It will be the full time. Just a little frustrated with my technology situation this evening. Catch it when it's on some streaming app. Oh, they're making another Simpsons movie? I didn't know that. I'm not the biggest Simpsons guy in the world. I'm not really a Simpsons guy at all, even. But I like the Simpsons movie from like 20 years back. That was a fun movie. Very funny. My dad had it on a DVD. So we'd watch it. I'm interested to see how that would go. I don't know what to expect in terms of that movie's performance because The Simpsons nowadays is not as popular, nor is it as praised as it was back then. Plus, it's Disney now, so, you know. Maybe they'll Muppetify it and fuck it up a little bit, which is fine. Everything has its time. Saw the original with my dad. Really liked it. I don't care for modern Simpsons. Yeah. I get that. Every time I've tried to watch modern Simpsons, I don't really like it. I can watch old Simpsons if it's on TV. I just don't go out of my way to watch it. If I see it somewhere, I'll watch it. If it's what's okay, not necessarily that. If it's in front of me, I watch it. But after like, honestly, like 2005, 2004, 2003, the early 2000s, if I see a Simpsons episode from that on, I usually kind of find it a little bit insufferable and not the most entertaining. Not all of them. The later it is in the timeline, usually the less I end up enjoying it. This is the first Shroomish I've seen in a little bit. Maybe I've just been like brain blocked, but I don't recall seeing Shroomish for a while. Alright, last encounter. Let's see. Is it shiny? No. We'll do one more for luck. How's that? One more encounter. So it doesn't end on a nice even number. Not shiny. Alright. Alrighty. I hope you enjoyed my stream this evening. I will do my best to return to YouTube at some point. Hopefully next time around, it's nicer to me when it comes to streaming things. I'm really hoping a shiny. Yeah, no. I'm really hoping that next time around, it'll be more cooperative with me. And hopefully, I can also directly live stream to my scheduled link. So that way, all the people who put interest in it and liked it will get notified when that stream starts, instead of me having to start something separate. That being said, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great night. I'm making good progress on my video. Still anticipating it out on this upcoming Friday. I will have another stream on Twitch tomorrow, starting about 5 p.m. as well. Gonna be streaming Pokemon Fire Red, doing some shiny hunting there with Charmander. So yeah, lots of stuff popping up. Regardless, hope you have a great weekend, whether you watch it, the rest of this or not. If you're watching this in the future, I hope you have a great weekend in the future as well. And yeah, take care. Thanks for watching.